JSN now questionable for week number 3. Not great news, but we have nothing that's concrete in terms of a lean toward him not playing week number 3. So if I had to guess, it's more on the right side of 50-50, but being downgraded to questionable, never a good thing. It's more on the never a good thing. But the other thing I would say here, if we're talking about concerns, is we got to monitor the DeAndre Swift situation. Manungai would be a fantastic grab and stash if Manungai ends up getting more work. Even if Swift ends up being limited, it seems like Swift, you can see right here, I have Swift checkmarked as a probable to play week number 3. But what if he's limited? We got to watch that. We got more news to break down. We got Egbuka, we got Worthy, we've got JSN conversation. What are you doing if you've got JD5 out? What quarterbacks are you weighing out right now? The Fantasy Football Show breaking news Saturday edition begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks. Appreciate all the super chats that have come in. Professor, Danny, Bryce Long, I'll get to your super chats in just a few minutes. Let me get through the news and then we'll tackle those. So as you can see down here, some of the biggest names in fantasy for week number 3 that we're monitoring. JSN downgraded to questionable. Egbuka good to go. Worthy is out. Kraft is playing. Tyler Warren playing. DeAndre Swift likely to play. But we're watching that situation with a microscope because Manungai would be a very intriguing player. We talked about the potential next Bucky Irving. You could even put Manungai. And you know what? I'll even put him right here just in case he doesn't play. He would be a fantastic player to add if Swift doesn't go. Now, if Swift ends up, I don't even know where's my Manungai at? I'll have to grab my graphic later. But add him to this list. But this would be the next Bucky Irving week 3 edition. If you haven't seen this video is up on my YouTube after this live stream. Go watch it. This is breaking down as of right now, as it stands. This doesn't include the players like JCM or kind of starting now. Mason starting right now. These are players that are a little bit more put on the back burner. And Hendy and Harvey qualify because, and Hampton now too. I didn't put Hampton in this video, but Hampton does deserve to be slotted in right around this territory. But these are the guys that potentially could be Bucky Irving still. And we're monitoring the hell out of that. So add Manungai to the list. But Jackson Smith-Njgiba, according to this report, illness, injury, added to the injury report with the illness, downgraded to questionable. I think he ends up playing. We've seen guys get an illness, get sick. Unless he's like in the thick of it, I imagine him playing. You know, it's going to be a flu game for JSN. I can see it right now. But monitor that. At least this illness is not something like a knee or a soft tissue injury. So keep in mind what we're talking about there. Not a big deal long term. DeAndre Swift, questionable. Hamstring is expected to play. But again, let's monitor the situation. For some reason, this one feels a little bit shakier than some of the other ones. So that's why Manungai needs to be looked at. We got a Egbuka, who is a go, expected to play week number 3 against the Jets. Not loving the fact that he didn't practice much at all this week at all. So it's definitely concerning, but the fact that he's playing, we can't be upset. We got to take what we can get, and I just hope he's not going out there limited or goes out there and makes the groin injury any worse. But love me some Egbuka. If he's playing, you're playing him. Like, I know there's going to be some ridiculous questions like, Smitty, do I start Egbuka? Or if Egbuka is playing, you're playing him. Like, plain and simple. There's just no real argument to be made against it. Tom Pelissero reporting that Packers' Tucker Kraft is expected to play week 3 with the knee injury. He suffered that knee injury during practice, and there was a big scare, and there was talk about him maybe, okay, he's not going to go on IR. And there was some weird chatter. And we're like, IR? How bad is it? And apparently he's able to play, but let's monitor that, make sure he doesn't make things worse. But as of this moment, he should be a go. Tyler Warren removed from the injury report with the toe. That's great news. Although I think he gets added again next week with the toe, then it gets removed, then added, then removed. That's kind of the nature of some of these injury reports these days. Doesn't mean they're out of the woods. But Tyler Warren is a go, removed from the injury report entirely. Fantastic news. That's what Tyler Warren owners wanted to hear. We got Isaiah Likely foot with the ruled out tag. Not going to play, but this is somebody you need to go get off waivers probably right now if you are in some dire straits at the tight end position. That could help you and serve you in week 4 on. Xavier Worthy ruled out. This is super disappointing. We knew this could happen. This is why he's been kind of a high recommend trade away player for me all week long. If you've noticed in majority of all of the Tyler Warren related questions, you hear me constantly say, even when you've got Rice, trade Xavier Worthy. Did I say Tyler Warren? Trade Xavier Worthy. Trade Xavier Worthy. Trade Xavier Worthy. Like that's a big theme in a lot of my trade recommendations this week. I just don't trust the shoulder at all. He needs surgery, so he'll be playing injured. He'll be trying not to hold the ball out of the socket every time he's on the field. This is, play with a jacket to hold that in place, but this is something that can happen again. And every time it happens, it's not like they just pop the shoulder back in place like Lethal Weapon. This is something entirely different than the movies. If he pulls that ball out of the socket again, he's ripping part of the labrum. It's very painful. There's lots of swelling. It takes time to heal. You don't just pop it into place and go back out there onto the field. This is a real serious injury that's going to hamper him. And so we're just counting down the days for Rashee Rice to get back. Mahomes is putting the entire team on his back. He's scrambling like a monster. Mahomes says he doesn't run until the postseason to save himself, but he's running like crazy right now, which means that guess what? When Rice comes back, Mahomes is going to just chill in the pocket and just dump football off after football to Rashee Rice, who's going to become one of the most targeted players in the National Football League per start once he returns after his 6-game suspension. I want everything to do with Rice, and I want not a ton to do with Worthy, not trading him away for pennies on the dollar, but I'm certainly going to continue to advise people, and it might be hard now. If you didn't trade him on the advice all week long, you're probably stuck with him at this point and hope that he comes back and plays, week number 4, and then you can maybe trade him then. But those are the big ticket news items right now, circling fantasy football decision-making, thinking right now. So hopefully all of you got some help and know what to do. And then now we're going to hit some super chats and get to your questions. This first one here from the professor. Appreciate you dropping the super chat, my guy. Says full PPR, need to pick a wide receiver and a flex for this week. Egbuka, Ted McMillan, Debo, or Breece Hall. Evans is my wide receiver. For tight end, I have Fannin and Andrews. So you have Fannin. Fannin's your starter. Need to pick a wide receiver and flex for this week. Well, I don't know why you're listing Egbuka in here. Egbuka is a start. So basically, you're needing to pick a flex. I'm probably going to say, look, Ted's really good. Probably should have a really nice day. Debo without JD5, I'm willing to set aside this week with these options. Breece Hall's fantastic. I still think they're going to run the hell out of the ball. If I had to pick in full PPR, I would say you're probably leaning toward Tet and Egbuka if you want to go safe. But Breece is a high-risk, high-reward play. A lot higher upside, but higher risk. If it's half PPR or non-PPR, then I probably still lean Breece in that situation. But Tet and Egbuka are your safe play. It's just a matter of, do you think that the Jets can run the ball without Justin Fields? I think they can. So chat, vote. Are you starting in, let's say, full PPR? Are you starting Breece Hall or Emeka Egbuka? I'm sorry, we're starting Egbuka. Breece Hall or Tet McMillan? Tet McMillan or Breece Hall? Please vote in the chat for our boy. Danny, my Bucky for BTJ and Hendy. I love BTJ. I love Hendy, but I'm not trading Bucky. I'm just not doing it. Appreciate your super chat. You need more than that. Kraft or Fannin? If Kraft's playing, you're playing Kraft. But I do love Fannin this week. I'm probably trading one of them. Start 2, Hendy, Ricky, Pearsall, JCM, or Hunter. Probably say JCM and Ricky are your safe plays, but Hunter and Ricky's also pretty high upside. There's a little bit more risk, but I think that Hunter is still a player that I'm starting where I can. I'm not sitting him, not going out of my way to sit him. You've got a plethora of options. I probably would be exploring trades if I could to get a BTJ, to get a Mike Evans in place of a couple of these guys. But I would say that the safe plays are Ricky Pearsall and JCM for volume. Hunter and Ricky in full PPR is a crafty play, though. I don't mind either one of those. Honestly, I'd be wavering on that up until kickoff, so I can't really lock anything in myself because I'd sit there and literally be wavering. You can bring it to us in the morning to see if we feel any better about any news or anything. My CMC and AJ Brown and Diggs for Neighbors, Kamara, and Juwan Jennings. No, this is, again, I don't know how else to explain it to people because I feel like it's not getting through. If you trade CMC, you're getting 2 players. And to be honest with you, Neighbors and Kamara would even be, it'd be difficult for me to even do that straight up because I don't know that Kamara is going to be, healthy in weeks 12, 13, 14, 15. I think there's a real chance of drop off, much like Mixon last year. So if you're trading CMC right now for Neighbors and Kamara, I could understand that if you did that straight up. You're giving AJ Brown. This Christian McCaffrey, I do trade him, but you're getting the world. And that's not getting the world. That's getting taken to the cleaners. You're throwing in a player to make this an even Steven trade. Trade ideas or sit with the team. Go after Genty and Nico. Like, that's what you should be getting for Christian McCaffrey right now. So you hold him another week, let him do something good, and then flip him. $10 hauler from Orion. Trade ideas or sit with this team. 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 3 flex, starting Tyler, Danny Dimes, or Mondre. Let's see here. I'd probably say with Hendy on the bench is fantastic, just waiting in the wings. I'm probably using like a Sutton and T. Higgins with Jordan Mason right now to get that player that you shouldn't have right now, that extra piece. I love Evans as a go-get player in a Sutton or T with Pacheco, a Sutton T with Mason to go get you've got BTJ already. That's fantastic. Nico, if you could trade Mason and Sutton or Mason and T for Nico, I'd do that in a heartbeat. Any wide receiver right around that territory, or Chase Brown or Chuba, or even like a potential, Kenneth Walker would make sense too, but I'm definitely consolidating, and I'm probably trading Mason. If you wait a week, Mason might be worth more value, but you also could run the risk of waiting a week and he doesn't do anything. Thank you for the blank super chat, Lewis. You got to make sure you include your message in there. Got offered Sharps for my Tootin. I'd rather have Tootin right at this current moment, but I do love Sharps still, and I'm not giving up on Sharps in general. Start 2, Debo, Keenan, and Egbuka. You mean start 1. Between Debo and Keenan Allen, I guess I would lean Keenan Allen right now for safety. I don't mind, obviously, going Debo if you don't have like options like this, but Buka and Keenan are clearly the safest plays. 10-team L? 10-team L? I don't know what you're saying there. I'm 2-0. Well, that's not an L. 10-team league? Is that what you're saying? Okay, 10-team league, I guess. Bucky, Kyron, Genty, Mason, Debo, Wilson, Evans, Worthy. Should I start Mason and Evans over Genty and Debo? It could be better for you this week, Top Gun. I'm not gonna lie and say, Mason does feel pretty strong this week. I don't think I could sit Genty personally. That's just me. You're 2-0. Safety's probably, your best friend right now. But I'm starting Genty and Evans. That's me. I would try and get rid of Worthy and Mason together for some deal. I don't know if that's going to be possible now with Worthy being ruled out. That would be something that I have and would continue to recommend, getting rid of Worthy while there's still value. Because if he has one more, issue with that shoulder, it goes on IR and he's done. So I'm trying to utilize that to my advantage, even if it's Mason and Kyron for a slight upgrade to Chase Brown, or Worthy and Kyron for Chase Brown, etc., etc. I am starting Genty and Evans this week pretty easily. Drop Shards for Tootin or Monungai. Definitely not Monungai over Tootin, but I love Monungai as well. And I would rather have Tootin over Charbonnet, but I'm not saying drop Charbonnet. That's That's something you're going to have to deal with by making a trade or something like that. But I'm not going to say to drop him. But if I'm choosing, I choose Tootin over Sharps. Ridley, Etienne, or Jameson Williams. Williams in the flex. I think you got to go Etienne, bro. Etienne's balling. So Lewis, that's an easy one. I wish you could get a trade done though. Flex Franklin or Keenan Allen. And is it Royals time? It might be Royals time. We like Royals a lot. It's just a matter of if he's fully healthy. He's been dealing with some injuries. Keenan Allen's a safe play, bro. Keenan Allen is a real safe play right now. Drop one, JCM Benson, Tootin, Harvey, empty kicker spot. I mean, if you had to drop one, I'd be Benson. But, you're an injury away from him being a top 12 running back. So it's scary. Full PPR, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs. Kyron, Gibbs, Swift, and T-Mac, Egbuka, Evans, Waddle. Well, your 2 wide receivers are going to be Egbuka and Evans. Your 2 running backs are going to be Gibbs and Kyron. And your flex is probably going to be T-Mac. But, I mean, obviously that can change like the wind blows. Trade my Chase and Hubbard for Lamb and Etienne. I would definitely take Lamb and Etienne right now. And you have Tootin, it makes even more sense. But even without that, I would have done that. PPR, pick 3, AJB, Pickens, Egbuka, Debo, Pearsall. It's Egbuka. I mean, guys, we're not sitting Egbuka. Egbuka, Pickens, and probably Debo for safety, AJB, high risk, high reward. My boy. I mean, it's just really that simple. You got to pick your poison. What do you need to win? Do you need a safe play? If Jalen Royals debuts tomorrow, we don't know for certain anything right now. That KC wide receiver room. We'll have to see. We'll have more information for sure tomorrow morning. So make sure you're following and subscribed and your notifications are turned on, and you join us 2 hours before kickoff. And I'm going to go live again tonight. So we should have more information on that as well. Juwan Johnson or Bowers this week? I mean this with all due respect, Wiki, but you probably don't deserve that Bowers on your team. To say something like that. Mason, clutch running back too. Yeah, I mean, bro, Mason could definitely be a clutch running back too. Chris, appreciate you until I read your super chat probably. Bowers and Flowers for Nakua. I'm fine with that. I don't mind. I'm fine with either one. I like Bowers and Flowers. I'm fine with either side. I mean, Nakua is the best player in the deal. Flowers is a baller. And Bowers is fantastic. Chat, what do you like better? Having Ertz and Nakua or Bowers and Flowers? Bowers and Flowers, get down. We need more power. What are we doing here? Which one are we doing? Pick a side. Vote for Chris. Chris, I think I'm leaning Bowers and Flowers. I'm going to lean Bowers and Flowers, my boy. I like Flowers that much. I love Nakua, though, but, I mean, that's a lot. Should I install Aaron Jones and Worthy for Egbuka? I don't know what we're installing, but Egbuka by a country mile. Egbuka by a country mile. Mariota or Darnold? Probably Darnold, but neither. Like you should have a better backup quarterback situation than that, my boy. What are we doing? What have we been doing? You drop all your quarterbacks and have no backup? Hall and Ladd for McCaffrey. I would take McCaffrey, then I would flip McCaffrey because that's too low of a value. He's giving them away. Start Sampson, Harvey. Even if I have to play McCaffrey for a week or two, I'm still trading him at some point, but I'd still take the chance, roll him out there. But I am trying to trade him. I'm flipping him. Start Sampson, Harvey, or Tootin at running back 2. I'm gonna go Harvey this week, but Tootin's a tad bit safer if you want safety. Scatterboo plus McLaurin for Chubb and Hunter. I would take Scadaboo and McLaurin by a hair. Love both of them. Nico and Chuba for Hampton and BTJ. Give me Nico and Chuba Hubbard. Yeah, buddy. Pickens or Egbuka for flex. Come on, stop. I don't even know. Look, I'm not saying don't start Pickens. That's your own fault. You can't start Pickens, but just enough with this Egbuka. Do you start Egbuka nonsense? This is ridiculous. You got to make a trade. This is wild. Team Zero Gaming, appreciate your super chat. 12-man PPR, Josh Allen, James Cook, AJ Brown, Kamara, more moves to make. Getting rid of AJ Brown and Kamara together for one Chase Brown or higher monster. DJ Moore and Kamara for one slightly better running back. I mean, no disrespect with this, but you got to do something. Like, what happened to the team? Josh Allen, James Cook, AJ Brown, Kamara. Like, there's nothing else in the squad. Travis Hunter. Okay, I see where you probably took him early. Yeah, I mean, if you could trade Ramondre and DJ Moore for Evans and just make little baby step moves, like that would be a baby step in the right direction. Ramondre, DJ Moore, get Evans on the cheap. Boom, now you got that. Then you're making a Kamara for Chuba Hubbard or a Kamara for Hendy. Kamara for Hendy and Ladd. Boom. You know, like a couple moves like that. AJ Brown for BTJ. Boom. Now you're back gaming. Now you got a 7.8 out of 10 team off a couple of crafty moves. Be careful when you do it, though. You can't lose value. 14 team, 3 wide receiver, 1 flex, 2 wide receivers locked in, or T-Mac in London. Rest of the 2 spots, I'm struggling between Franklin, Quentin Johnston, Judy, with Worthy out. Probably say Quentin Johnston has been playing good enough. I go Judy and Quentin Johnston, or Quentin Johnston and Franklin. Chat, vote on Franklin or Judy. Franklin or Judy, please vote in the chat for me. Appreciate your vote and help. 10 team, non-PPR 0-2. Start Marv, Garrett Wilson, or RJ. I'm going to start Garrett Wilson. And then trade ideas. I probably look to keep Puka, BTJ together. Genty Hall, I'm keeping. Marv, Garrett Wilson, Bryce Bowers. Honestly, your team's really good. It's just you've been hit hard with a combo of things. I guess I'm trying to move Marvin Hall for Chase Brown. Marvin Hall for a slight running back upgrade. Or more than slight. I mean, Chase Brown would be solid. And if not, maybe Marv for BTJ. And you take a gamble there. I like that idea with this team. And the BTJ owner is probably looking for a change. You know? Who do you start this week? 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. You're going with Chase Brown and Genty. You're going with BTJ and Egbuka. And then your 1 flex is either Tet or Ladd. I lean Tet. Mason, Tet, and Ladd. Guys, vote in the chat, please. Mason, Tet, or Ladd. I'm going to go Tet in PPR or even half PPR. Go Mason and non-PPR. Megas, appreciate your super chat, young man. Smitty, would you start JCM at running back this week without JD5, or would you run with Hendy instead? I'd go JCM this week, I guess, if I'm looking for safety. Hendy if I need high risk, high reward potential. Don't trust London this week versus Carolina, says Zerb. Zerb, we'll do what we want. PPR start to Egbuka, Sutton, Tet, Allen. Currently 0-2 against scrub teams and annoyed. Well, if you're sitting London, then that might be part of the reason. But I don't know why you're questioning Egbuka too. So, guys, don't listen to Zerb. Zerb, no offense, but you're sitting there telling us not to start London, and then you're asking me if you should start Egbuka. So we're going Buka, and we're probably going Tet. And I like Keenan Allen, but I'm going to go Tet. Zerb. Don't start London. 12-man full PPR. Dimes, Penix, Bucky, Kyron, Hendy. Okay. London Javonte Harvey. Let's see here. Bucky Marv for London Javonte Harvey. Bucky Marv. I'm taking that London Javonte Harvey side. Or Bucky for JSN Mason Pollard. Give me the London Javonte Harvey. And then I'm considering flipping Javonte into a Chase Brown type player or Genty after that if you don't have one of them. But I still like Javonte. I'm just considering flipping him. Myers, Murray, and James Conner for Lamar and Wandell. Lamar and Wandell, like pretty easy call, my boy. Pretty easy call, my boy. Two $20 haulers, one by Alonzo, one by Stoney. Appreciate both of you fine gentlemen dropping the wattage.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Thank you very much, young men, for dropping the super. Appreciate you. Let's bring you over to the high roller room. Let's see here. And then we got, so Alonzo, thank you very much. I think we might have, yeah, I think I got all the 20s here on screen. 12-man PPR double flex, currently 2-0. Attaboy. Baker, Bucky, Kyron, Kamara, Neighbors, Sutton, Debo, Fannin, Wandell Robinson. Should I trade Kyron or Kamara with Golden for Drake London? I would probably do that, yes. Yes. Who would I rather keep is the question. I'd still do either way, but I'd probably say let me keep Kyron. I still think Kyron's a monster. Make sure you got him cuffed if you can. Back up, grab Quorum. But I do think Kamara, I'd rather give it to Kamara. And even if Kamara continues to play well, doesn't matter, bro. You're still getting quite a piece, my boy. So, yeah, that's a good move. Good move. Like the team. You pulled that off, feeling pretty good about your chances, man. And you're 2-0, so you're doing well. 10-man PPR redraft 101. Allen, JT, Kamara. Thank you for that $20 hauler. Allen, JT, Kamara, Jettas, Egbuka, Fannin, Kittle, JMO. Okay. Start Jacoby over MHJ, probably for right now. Would Kamara plus Leggett be fine for Kyron? Yes. And as you just saw me answer the other guy's question, Trey, I think was it Trey? Who was it? Alonzo's question about wanting to keep Kyron, so you can sense that's where I'm going here. I would definitely take Kyron for Kamara and Leggett. I would definitely take Breece Hall, and I'd definitely take Chase Brown over both of them. But my order would be Chase Brown, Genty, Kyron, Breece for anybody that's in a similar situation, and for you, Stoney, as well, if you're going after an RB. Thank you for your super chat, kind sir. Pickens or Debo? I'm going to go Pickens this week. Pickens is a fantastic play every week, man. Defensive attention goes to CeeDee Lamb. Jalen Warren or Tet this week? I'm going to go Tet. I think Tet's a good play. Hall, Mike Evans, or MHJ and Pearsall? Give me Hall, Mike Evans by a country mile. Okay, what about Bowers and Knicks for Nakua? You have Drake May. So it's a 1 QB, I assume. Then I'm probably taking Bowers. No. I'm taking Knicks. I'm taking Knicks. I'm taking Nakua over Bowers. If it's Bowers versus Nakua straight up, Nakua's got more value. Mondre or Hendy. I go Hendy, but that's me. I'm crazy. Flex, DJ Moore, Jennings, or Tootin or JCM. JCM's the safest play. Tootin's higher risk, but maybe a little bit more reward. Trade JD5 and Harvey for Knicks and Barkley. I would take Knicks and Barkley, and then I would try and flip Barkley for more, but I'm not afraid to hold on to him for weeks and let him ball out, But I'm at some point before double-digit weeks trying to trade him off. Trade Worthy for Nico. That's cute. That's cute, Wolf, man. Who's going to give you Nico Collins for a Worthy who's not playing this week? But, Wolf, that if you pull that off, we quit our jobs. We come work for you. 0.5 PPR start 2. Hunter, A.O. Manor, Golden, Mooney, Booty. Hunter and A.O. Manor for me. I think Golden is, if you want to go away from Hunter, you don't trust him, Golden's a pretty good play this week. I was trying to say trade away Aaron Jones and Worthy for Egbuka. Either way, that's even worse. Yes, go get Egbuka. Yes, absolutely. Egbuka by a mile. You get that trade done, you take a lap, but it's the victory kind of lap. 0.5 start to Hunter. Oh, I just did that one. Thank you, Joey Boy. Appreciate you. Trade A.J. Brown and Jalen Warren for Rome Odunze and Ken Walker. Rome Odunze and Ken Walker are crushing that other side, and that would help you continue on your 2-0 march. Buka versus the Jets or come on, Jeff. I mean, anything's possible, but come on. 12-man PPR, trade My Hall and Mason for Chase Brown and Egbuka. Egbuka, bro. Egbuka. Go get him. My booty is... Okay, Blanco. I was going to read it anyway, but no. Lost JD5 Browning or Penix. I'm going to go Penix Jr. But it's close. It's close enough. Buka versus the Jets or I just read that one and made you take a lap. Thank you for your super chat. Thoughts on JCM rest of season? I mean, we like him. We're just not sure what is exactly going to happen, bro. We're just not sure. We hope it's going to do well. We hope it's going to be lucrative, but this is a volatile situation where we've seen them not use him when they should have, and we're waiting on this coaching staff to catch up to our idea of what should be happening, because we know what he's going to do. It's ridiculous. It's like Hendy. It's like, how long is it going to take for the coaches to understand what they need to do? Dots on JCM. I have him on 3/4 of my bench. Is he going to Saturn? He probably is, but Jesse, you could flip him in at least like a couple of leagues if you've got him like a lot of places. 0.5 PPR, like flip him for BTJ, flip him for Hendy, for Harvey, just to get some shares of other players. 0.5 PPR start to, I think I keep reading this one. I think I keep duplicating it or something. Traded away Kraft, got back Emeka Egbuka. Good move. Yes, very good move. JD5, I think this is the one I answered. Chase in London. Penix Jr., JD5. Yeah, so Penix Jr., appreciate you. Starting Pitts and Fannin in this week. Fannin is in the flex. Do I trade one of them? If so, what are some trade ideas? I mean, BTJ, Evans, Lad McConkey, Hendy, Harvey, T-Bone would be just a handful of great moves. Love Fannin, but not the matchup this week. He has a great matchup this week, bro. He has a great matchup. Would you still start him this week over a guy like Goodert? Goodert's not playing. Hater Sandwich, we gotta talk, man. I think you're playing on last week. I love Fannin's matchup this week. It's actually really good. And Goodert isn't even playing. Okay, thank you. Appreciate you. Garrett Wilson and Odunze for JSN. I'm taking... That's tough, actually. Garrett Wilson and Odunze is a lot of talent. Or Odunze and Sutton for Ladd. First of all, I'd rather have Odunze maybe even over Ladd. But they're at least even. So, I'd probably say... Garrett Wilson and Odunze for JSN. That's a lot. I'd probably rather have Garrett Wilson and Odunze. Garrett Wilson and Odunze is pretty solid. Odunze is going to have a big day. Problem is 8-team league. Bench is Sharps, Henderson, JCM, Harvey, Hill, Pickens, and Tootin is on waivers. I don't know what you're asking me here, Ron, other than like if you cut somebody. I don't think you can cut anybody for Tootin, right? Maybe Sharps. I guess Sharps. I'd rather have Tootin over Sharps by a hair. I think that's maybe what you were asking earlier. Appreciate your super chat. Tatered Sandwich, appreciate you. Make sure you keep Fannin in there, my boy. He's a good player. Tatered Sandwich to the freaking moon. Love my boys. I love my boy Tatered Sandwich.
Mashed potatoes!
Thank you, Tatered. Just traded Hampton for Rice. Nice. 10-team league. I have Mahomes. Our receivers, Adams, T-Mac, and Debo. Thoughts? I like the team a lot. I mean, that's a great trade for you. And I love your running backs. Judkins is movable. Harvey will be movable later, or you just hold and wait. But if you could trade now, like T-Mac and Judkins for Nico, Judkins right now for BTJ, I'm doing that. But I love the team. Fantastic squad. We got this $20 hauler from Kev. Kev, appreciate your 20, my boy.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Thanks for all you do, Smitty. I have Knicks, Egbuka, Debo, Bijan, Bucky, Bowers, and DK at flex. Benches, JD5, Travis Hunter, Keenan Allen, RJ Harvey, and Tootin. Any ideas on if my starting lineup should change tomorrow? I like your squad, bro, and DK at the flex. Bench is JD5. So Travis Hunter, Keenan. So Keenan Allen, RJ Harvey, Hendy, you're waiting. Tootin. DK, yeah. I mean, Keenan Allen, DK, this is the only thing. Chat, vote DK, Keenan Allen, DK. And I love your team. Your team's fantastic. The running backs are off the hook. The tight end, you've got, I still like Bo Nix. He's crafty. Would I trade maybe something off the bench, DK or Keenan to move Nix into Mahomes, or trade an RB like RJ Harvey or Hendy to get into that top 5 QB? I definitely would. Keenan Allen, DK, Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's getting the vote. There's a little DK in there, but majority of people are saying Keenan Allen, and I agree. I mean, he's so steady right now. He's Herbert's guy. I like Ladd. I'm not saying don't trade for Ladd or start Ladd, but I think Keenan Allen's the guy. His JSN for my Chase Brown. I think it's pretty even. I'd probably rather have Chase Brown in a vacuum. But if you're in need of a wide receiver, this makes some sense. I like the trade from your perspective if you need the wide receiver. Joey boy.
Alert. Super chat alert.
My boy Joey. 0-2, need help. 12-man, 0.5 PPR. Is JD5, Genty, Chase Brown, JCM, Adams, Pickens, Hunter, Warren. Benches, A.O. Manor, Golden, Mooney, Booty, Fields, Tesla, Marks. What moves do I need to make? This team is solid. Chase Brown, Genty, great. JD5, it sucks right now. Adams, Pickens, Hunter, bench. I don't know that you can make any moves here. You can't sell high on anybody except for Adams. So if you could get rid of Adams for BTJ and get like a Hampton for free or a Hendy for free, or, Harvey for free or someone like that, I would definitely look to that. So you're only sell high player, unfortunately, the only one. No one's buying Genty high. No one's buying Chase Brown high. No one's buying maybe JCM, like JCM and Pickens for Nico or for BTJ, JCM for BTJ, Adams for BTJ, and something. Just get that extra piece, that extra player. I love that idea. That's probably where I would take that, my boy. Appreciate your super chat. Hopefully that gives you a few things you could look into, and certainly bring whatever back to me. But getting down to a BTJ or even like another player that can make some sense would be like Evans, and then you get an extra player. Would be solid for me, in my opinion. Let me just real quickly. Let me just see real quickly on the Dallas Goedert front. I might be wrong on Dallas Goedert. Hold on. But even so, I'm not starting Goddard over Fan. I'm sorry if I misspoke on Dallas Goedert. Hold on. Dallas Goedert is, he did get cleared off the injury report. My bad, Sandwich. Tatered Sandwich, you're correct. He is playing. My fault. I'll take a lap on that one, but it doesn't change my opinion. I'm not starting Dallas Goedert, who is such a concern. We got 50 gifted memberships from BBQ. BBQ dropping 50 gifted memberships. My boy BBQ dropping 50 wad. Actually, it's more of 100 wad.
Smitty, everybody.
That's my boy BBQ. Tatered Sandwich, here's your super chat. Last update I saw was Goddard was a full go. Yeah, I'm sorry, he did get cleared off the injury report. That's my fault. Goddard, see, he's so irrelevant. I didn't even notice. It slipped right past me. But you got to go Fannin. Now, I'm not saying Goddard can't play well. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he can't have a game, but he's always injured. He's always struggling with injuries. And Fannin does have a nice matchup against the tight end. It's a good matchup. Granted, everybody else in the Browns aren't going to do much, but they'll be throwing from behind, I think, too. Should be a good game script. So I'm sorry about that. Was worried about Green Bay defense? Yes, but the tight end scores nice points against the Green Bay Packers because that's the only thing the teams can do. And I think Fannin is their top guy. So trust your gut, Tater Sandwich. Don't let me talk you out of it. If anybody disagrees with me and they would start Goddard, who has been cleared off the injury report, again, my bad. Would you start Goddard or would you start Fannin? I'm starting Fannin. Follow up to my previous $20 hauler. Do you think Kamara ends up with the Chiefs? If so, would you hold Kamara for a little while longer or get Kyron? I would rather have Kyron because Kamara with the Chiefs doesn't necessarily, I don't even know what that's going to mean. I know it seems like it would be glory, right? But the Chiefs are that kind of weird team. You don't know how long they would. I would imagine you trade for him, you use him. But Kamara, I don't know if that's going to happen. That's kind of a big what if. Like a lot of people are speculating that these trades are going to happen, that the Chiefs are going to acquire somebody, that Tyreek Hill's going to the Chiefs. That would be the most likely landing spot. A lot of people saying Achane should go to the Chiefs. These are speculative what if situations. So I don't think you hold on to it for that. At the end of the day, I still like Kyron as much as that value anyway. Not to mention, guy gets traded and then he ends up, not playing for a few like a week as they transition. What happens if he gets traded after a bye and then he has 2 bye weeks? I mean, there's so many things you could look at. Dynasty traded ETN and DK and got Nico. ETN, DK, Nico, love that in Dynasty. In Dynasty, I am fine with that. Smitty approved in Dynasty. Thank you very much for the super chat. This one here from Omar. Omar says, 12-man PPR. If JSN is out, do I flex Pickens or Swift? Definitely Pickens because Swift is also banged up. Probably expected to play, but also banged up. Thanks again, Tater Sandwich. I'm sorry about the Goddard slip up on my end. I should have checked that. Follow up to my super chat. Thank you. Appreciate you. Simi Valley, 14-man PPR work league. Team is Genty, Kyron, Brees. Okay. London, Garrett Wilson. Okay. MHJ, Pickens, Debo. Okay. Kelsey, Dak, Penix. Any moves? Yeah, I'm consolidating those wide receivers. Love the running backs, but would I like to upgrade Kyron to a safer Chase Brown? Yes, I would. Using maybe, I would say like potentially one of those wide receivers. I would try and go up higher than Chase Brown if you're using, let's say, Kyron or Brees with MHJ or with Pickens. I feel like you could go get something even a little higher than Chase Brown. But I'm trying to do that. Derrick Henry's a nice go-get player off of his 20-yard game. And in a work league, you might find somebody that's willing to sacrifice and make that move. So definitely go after that. I think, 2 wide receivers in a 14-man league, you will find many teams that have weak wide receivers, but they might have a Nico. So I think if you were to trade for Nico or for BTJ and you give up, I think Nico's better because you're giving up 2 really good receivers. MHJ and Pickens for 1 wide receiver, Debo and Pickens, Debo and MHJ for 1 wide receiver, but you'd have to shoot really high for like a St. Brown type of player. Don, appreciate you. Don, St. Brown or Nico would work really well. $20 hauler. Just made my moves today. Morning trade, Amon-Ra and Swift insurance for Monungai. And Scat for Brees Hall, insurance for Braylon Allen. And Ladd and Purdy. Amon-Ra. Okay, I don't really care about these other players. Amon-Ra and Swift, whatever. For Brees Hall and Ladd. That's not horrible, I think, at the end of the day, but I would have got more for St. Brown, man. St. Brown just exploded. I think, Don, you got to check with me on these things before you do them. Now I'm currently with Nico, Ladd, Brees, Monty, Kittle, Higgins, and Star. I don't hate it for you, but I wouldn't have done it. I would have rather got a lot more for St. Brown. I think you could have. I think Ladd's got to step up for you. If he does, you'll be okay, but you're going to need that to happen to break even on it. 12-team full PPR. Trade away Higgins and Mason for Genty. I take Genty. I definitely take Genty. Love that trade. Would you take it? Yes, I would take that. I think Genty is worth it. My boy, do it live. Buka for BTJ. I would take Buka. And then, or Buka, Ricky, Fannin for Nico. I probably would take Nico, but those are really close, bro. But yeah, I'd probably take the Nico side. Chat, do you agree with me? Start one, Hunter, Mooney, or A.O. Manor. I'm going to go Hunter, but I think A.O. Manor is safer if you want safety. The channel loves you back, Scott. Guys, vote on that one, Hunter or A.O. Manor. I'm going to go Hunter personally, but they're very, very close. A.O. Manor does seem safer if you want safety. He does feel like he's going to get some decent volume. It's just Hunter's either going to get you 4 points or 24. Trade away Hurts and AJB for Fields and Saquon. Give me, I mean, if you got another quarterback option, obviously, because you can't start Fields right now, Saquon for me, and then I maybe flip it if I can, but that's a good trade. Hey Smitty, any moves? JD5, Chase Brown, Genty, London, Wilson, Flowers. I like the team a lot. I'm probably looking to maybe move don't want to move anything. Honestly, don't want to move anything, but maybe Pearsall. And I kind of like the idea. Everybody's got Fannin. Everybody that watches my channel has Fannin, and I hope that continues to deliver. But whenever I'm looking at a team and I say, oh, I wonder if you could trade Kraft, I look down 99.9% of the time in these questions, I see Fannin, which makes me happy. I'm trading Kraft right now. He's playing. I'm trading Kraft for BTJ. I'm trading Kraft for Mike Evans. I'm trading Kraft for Ladd and Hendy, Ladd and Harvey. I'm doing that. And, Pearsall needs to be involved. I could do something with that as well. But I think Kraft is, and I you got Hendy on the bench here, but for other people, Kraft is a solid player to trade away right now. It just makes a lot of sense. It just makes a ton of sense. $10 hauler here. Should I trade Chase Brown for Rice and Hampton? Even though Hampton's been demoted right now and everybody hates him, I get it. It's something to consider. But at the same time, right now this trade gets you nothing. So you can't trade Chase Brown for Rice and Hampton. While I want you to do it, the trade gets you nothing. You're scoring no points from this trade for how many weeks? 4? Then what? Are you 1-5 when the 6-game suspension is up for Rice? So it's not that I don't like the trade in theory. If Hampton was a different player that we trusted to get work, it'd be different. $20 hauler from Austin. Austin, appreciate you, young man. Appreciate you, Austin. BBQ, thanks again for the gifted memberships. Those are still rolling in. Full PPR, Goff or Dak. Probably say Goff is safer. Dak, higher risk, higher reward this week. But Goff is safer. Traded for Evans with Keenan Allen and Herbert. So I like the Evans. I like both sides. I think Keenan Allen and Herbert's pretty good. I like Evans a lot. I think I like him more than Keenan, but Keenan's underrated, and Herbert's pretty damn good, but you didn't need him. So I like that move. Smitty approved? Yes. Trying to get Mahomes, but nobody trades. I have Saquon, Bucky, Evans, Debo, Brees, McBride, benches Rice, Worthy. I try and move Mason because he's a running back. I think in leagues where people won't make trades, they will if a running back's involved because people need running backs so badly. So Mason and Worthy for one player, bro. For BTJ, for looks like you probably got some of the boys like Hendy. When I'm trading Worthy for Hendy, I'm trading Worthy for Harvey. I don't think I see Harvey. I'm trading Worthy for players like that. Lab McConkey's kind of an exciting player to go get, I think, on the cheap right now. Thank you for the super chat, kind sir. A.O. Manor, Scattaboo, Tootin, Pearsall, Fannin, Algier, Flex One. Give me Tootin for high risk, high reward. Give me Pearsall for steady Eddie. Give me A.O. Manor for something in between. Chat, please vote on this one for me. Are you doing the Tootin? Are you Tootin on Sunday? Or are you going to go A.O. Manor or Pearsall? Please vote in the chat. And if you're a Niner fan, exclude your vote because you're just going to skew it all up with your Pearsall vote. Guys, let me know in the chat. Let Evan know in the chat what you would do. My answer would be I think Pearsall's smart. It's safe, it's smart, it's steady. That's being objective. But there's certainly upside for all those guys, and you can't get mad at yourself if one of them does better than the other. But I do like A.O. Manor. I think A.O. Manor is crafty as hell. I think if you wanted a little bit of risk with a little bit more safety than like a Tootin, then you go A.O. Manor. But you probably want to go Pearsall. He's going to get a lot of targets. PPR, QB, Daniel Jones or Knicks. I'm probably going to go Knicks this week, but I understand why you might want Indiana in there. Also, start 2 running back and 1 flex. You're going to go with the good old Genty. Maybe Kenneth Walker this week without Charbonnet. So that would be your 1-2 punch at running back. And let's see if we can get Kyron in there. Most likely we will as the flex option. Definitely. So start with the 2 running backs and the... Oh, damn it. Yeah, you could go flex. Okay, 2 running backs and a flex. Yeah, all 3 of the RBs. Do it live, Mad Dog. Mad Dog, thank you for the super chat. And thank you, BBQ, again for dropping the 50 gifted memberships. Straight up monster, you. Straight up monster. Let's dial in real quickly. Quick phone line session. No full teams. 10-second questions. If you can't get it done in 10 questions or 10 seconds, I'm gonna hang up on you.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
This one from Chuck. Chuck, appreciate you, Chucky boy. 12 team Dak. Traded Dak, Pickens, and Dobbins for Neighbors. Yeah. I mean, that's a great trade, bro. That's a great trade. Any other moves? I'll probably say keeping the RBs, keeping the wide receivers, keeping the flex. I mean, bro, put Neighbors in as your wide receiver 2 and JSN as your flex, please. Or Neighbors is your wide receiver 1. Jettas is your 2 and... Buka, fantastic, man. Double flex. You're not doing a thing with this team. You're just letting this ride. Rice waiting in the wings. Nothing to do. 8.5 out of 10, Chuck Nasty. You're doing it live. What are you doing? Just sit back, let it happen, bro. That team is phenomenal. Top Gun, trade ideas, Smitty, Worthy, and Mason for Jacobs or ETN. Yeah, absolutely. For Genty, for Chase Brown, for Nico. Worthy, Mason, I mean, BTJ and something. Like, if you could get someone to throw in like a Harvey or a Hampton because they don't think they're worth anything, that would be amazing. Drop Benson for Fannin or Sharps. You Bowers, so no. And I think Sharps and Benson are pretty close right now. But Sharps being banged up, you have a chance of getting him next week because I don't think anybody's picking him up. Him being out, you know what I mean? You have a better chance of just waiting to see if Benson somehow gets anointed the starter through injury during the games. 940, you're live. 10 seconds. What can I do for you?
So, Smitty, this is T-Bone. Hey, so I tried to trade Pitt and Fannin for those guys that you were talking about. Man, no luck. What about Pitts for A.O. Manor?
I mean, I don't hate it. I don't think it's crazy either way. I think it's fine.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's an even trade. London or Buka? I mean, you got to go London, but... Oh, and is this a trade? London or Buka Wilson? Dang, man. I guess I go Buka Wilson. That's a lot of value. Assuming you aren't like putting a Debo on the bench, you know, then you don't need the depth to make the trade. Between 1 and 10, chances Genty booms tomorrow. 7.9. That's just being real. I don't want to say like 9 or 10 just to hype it. I mean, I really do believe there's a really good shot. 7.9 is not bad. It's not bad. Mafio says I missed his super chat. I don't think so, bro. Maybe you went on a potty break. You know, the accusation that I missed your super chats, it makes me laugh sometimes though, because I didn't miss your super chat. The chat remembers me saying Royals time. I don't know about that. We'll find out. Like, so just saying, Mafio, instead of saying, hey Smitty, you missed my super chat, you could say, hey Smitty, I stepped out. You know? But I said Keenan Allen is safe. I love Keenan Allen. He's the guy. And it's hilarious when everyone says I missed something. I didn't miss anything. But we don't know much about Royals yet, Mafio. We don't. But Keenan Allen, what's Keenan Allen done not to prove himself to you? You know, you got to roll with that. Trade Hollywood for Harvey. I would definitely take Harvey and wait as long as I needed to. Appreciate you, Mafio. I'm not mad at you. I'm just letting you know. I mean, I got it. Rate my team and any advice. May, JCM, Hampton, Nico, London, Fan, and BTJ. Love the team, Buka. I'm assuming you can start all these wide receivers. If not, then that's what you need to do is move one of them for a running back. But you definitely need RBs. Hampton and JCM aren't going to cut it. So either way, we probably need to trade. I would say, geez, man. I would say you're probably having to wait for London and Nico to pop off and BTJ. You can't even sell right now. You're forced to wait. Otherwise, you're just selling your players. Mute yourself real quick. I'll be right with you. If and turn down the background noise if you could. If both you guys could just stay muted, background noise down, I'll be right with you. Nico's the only guy you could sell now. And Hampton, JCM, you're trying to get a Chase Brown using JCM or Hampton. You're trying to, you know, and how do you do that with these wide receivers? You kind of can't unless you're doing a 2 for 2. Or you trade Nico down, and I would say BTJ, but you got BTJ. But your receivers are probably good enough to just trade Nico straight across for Chase Brown and then have JCM, and then you're probably pretty well off that way. But I don't know that I'm making any moves but Nico. If I can sell Nico high, and if I can't, then I don't trade him because you got to wait for those players to gain their value. And trade my Chase and Hubbard and Harvey for Lamb and ETN. That's a tough one. I probably say Lamb and ETN right now. But make sure you have Tootin. So, yeah, I probably would do that. The tough part for you is going to be if Tootin gets in there and then you have the best of both worlds. Or you had the best of both worlds when you had Chase, Chuba, Harvey, and you already had Tootin. But ETN's balling out right now. And on paper, not saying the winds won't shift on this. I think they really could. But right now, while you wait for those winds to shift, ETN's balling. So I'm going to take the Lamb side, but it's a really close call. And let me do this last super chat, guys, and then I'll swing over to the phone line here. Full PPR, Flex, Shaheed, Hollywood, or Travis Hunter. This is where you just let Hunter still play. Those options aren't making me sit Hunter. All right, let me go to the phone line here. I've got 515. You're live.
What's up, Smitty? I just had a question, man, on my flex spot. Since Sharp is out, so I'm currently starting QJ, but I was curious if I should run Travis Hunter or RJ Harvey this week. And I got Najee Harris too. I picked him up off waivers because
Travis Hunter.
Listen, it sounds like he'll get a bigger workload.
Yeah, Travis Hunter. Who'd you pick up? Who'd you say?
Najee Harris.
Oh, yeah.
Could he be kind of sneaky?
He's not bad. I don't mind. It's safe, I guess. But I'm gonna go Travis Hunter, bro. He's still got 6 receptions in week 1. They have a very they're a huge interest in making sure he pops to prove that they did not waste their draft capital. I think Travis Hunter figures out a little bit more. They figure out how to get him the ball more. But remember, he caught 6 balls in week 1. Like he's still. It's kind of wild how people have like acted like he's been trash.
Yeah.
Those options aren't making
solid.
Those options aren't making me sit such a high potential player.
Okay. Yeah, I like Hunter, but man, QJ's kind of been having some crazy games.
I mean,
but really, he's just like a home run hitter, you know?
Yeah, the efficiency's been unsustainable. You
exactly.
know, if he gets more receptions, then I think he can still continue. But like he's literally unsustainable volume. Like the volume's not. He should not have the stats that he has. Let's put it that way, based on the target.
Okay, and I got one last question in another league for my flex. I'm currently starting Hall, and my other 2 running backs are Genty and Kyron. Would you try to put Hendy or ETN or Debo in for any of those 3? Obviously, I'm not saying Genty.
What's your question?
Kyron against
Hall or Kyron versus ETN?
Hall or Kyron versus Hendy or Samuel or ETN.
Well, yeah, ETN's a much better play than Hendy right now. So you got to focus on the players that you need to consider here. Not Hendy's not a part of this yet. I hope he does become one, but I mean, I'd rather have ETN and ETN over Kyren, you said? For this week.
Yeah.
For this week.
ETN over Kyren. Okay.
For now. Or you could go Kyren and ETN and sit Hall. I don't mind that either. Chat, vote on it. Hall or Kyren? Hall or Kyren, please vote. Breece Hall, Kyren Williams. I think Kyren's getting a bad shake right now, and he's going to go out there and make people sorry they ever doubted him. But and Breece Hall, he might be affected by the game script.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Kyren. Okay. I'm going to go ETN Kyren. I'm going to sit Hall this week, but that's got to be preference, bro. It's a tough call between these two. All right, got to run, bro. Appreciate you. Later.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, Smitty.
415 as quickly as you can. You're live.
Hi, Smitty. I'm in a super flex league. I got Hurts going as my first quarterback. I lost Burrow, so my second choice is either Wilson, Wentz, or Mariota.
Russell Wilson, Wentz, or Mariota. Oof. I guess Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I know. I lost JJ also, and I lost Burrow.
Guys, do you agree on that? Russell Wilson, right? I hate starting Russell Wilson, but they do throw. They're going to be throwing, I'm not saying he's cooking necessarily, but he's going to be, at least he'll be in the kitchen.
Yeah, he looked pretty good last week because he went up against a poor defense in Dallas, but now he's up against Kansas City, which does have a better defense.
Yeah, but they still will have to throw a lot, I think. So, I don't know. It's a tough one. I guess Wilson. The chat's saying Wilson. I don't like it, but it's Wilson. All right, anything else?
Thank you.
All right, later, bro.
Nope, that's it. Thanks. Take care. Bye.
All right, let me get back over to these. Phone lines are closed for now, guys, just because I got to get through these supers. But I do have a $20 hauler here from who was that? Who was that? $50 hauler from Curtis, dropping a wad.
$50. Give me 50.
Thank you, Curtis. Appreciate you. Made the move. Team is Goff, Fields, Saquon, JCM, Ramondre, Tootin, Pacheco. What was the move? You guys got to remember, I don't remember from 5,000 super chats ago what the move was. But congrats. And looking at the team, Goff, the Saquon move, I think it was. JCM, Saquon, Tootin, Pacheco, Lamb, Marv Jr., Pearsall, Jamo, Addison, Bowers, Rice and Bowers and Lamb. What a fantastic. This is going to come together. I know you're 0-2. Ride that Saquon train for a little bit. Get through. Hopefully he stays healthy long enough. You get through these 4 weeks. Get the W's. Make sure you're 3-3. Consider at that moment selling. Not scared, but was offered BTJ and Walker for Rice. Woo! I take that. I take that and run, bro. I love Rice. Holy smokes. Take that trade and run. Take that trade and run and get Walker in that lineup. Boy, that is a great trade. Curtis, smack that. Smack that yes button. Do it live. That's a great trade, bro. That's a fantastic trade. Choose 3. Adams, Debo, Sutton, BTJ, Aloha. Thank you, Scotty. Adams, BTJ, and I'm going to go Debo, but it's between Debo and Sutton. Guys, vote on that. Debo, Sutton, Sutton, Debo, Debo, Sutton, Sutton, Debo. Please vote on Debo, Sutton. Help our boy out. That's so close, but that's where I'm wavering. I guess I go Debo. Trade my Debo and Hendy for Chase Brown and Tootin. I go, honestly, again, wind shifting. Do I think week 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that Debo Hendy's better? I kind of do. But right now I'm taking the Chase Brown Tootin. You just get more value out of that. And I wouldn't wait around. So sometimes you got to strike. Will you trade Hurts for Pat and Superflex? Bro, I've been talking about it all week, all year, all offseason. Yes. Yes, I would take Patrick Mahomes. Bro, he's balling right now without receivers. Imagine what he's going to do when Rice comes back. AJB and Pollard for Walker and Flowers. I'd take Walker and Flowers by quite a bit. I like that move, bro. Najee, Harvey, Benson, Rashad White, Brian Robinson Jr. I'm going to lean on Harvey, but Najee's probably safer, but not Harvey for me. None of those are like really safe calls though. So thank you for the super chat. And this one here from Leap says, one tight end, one flex, Fannin, and then probably, come on, man. Emeka, why are we asking questions about Emeka Egbuka and James Conner and DJ Moore? What's he done to you? I mean, I guess he could go out there and as a decoy, and then I'm apologizing to you, but I don't know that he's playing. I don't know. No one has any information that he's going to be a decoy. QB Herbert, Fields, Chase Brown, Josh Jacobs, Javonte, Harvey, Benson, Njigba, Keenan, QJ, Pickens, McBride. Do I seek a trade target? Love Rasheed, but stingy owner. Thanks, Smitty. Yeah, I love Rasheed Rice. So Chase Brown, Jacobs is pretty good. Harvey. QJ or Ridley or Keenan Allen with Javonte or with Jacobs to get one bigger player is what I'm after. You know, Henry having a bad game, someone might freak out. Trading away Keenan Allen and Javonte for, you know, BTJ and Hendy, like, or trading away Javonte and Ridley or Javonte and Keenan Allen for a Chase Brown or a Achan or a Genti. You accidentally skipped my chat. Need help, bro. I haven't skipped anything. Why you guys think I skip anything? You just dropped it. You just dropped it like 2 or 3 minutes ago. I'm going through all of them. I mean, why does everybody think I'm skipping their super chat? And second of all, people say I skip it when I literally spent like 2 or 3 minutes on it. It's unbelievable. My team is terrible, he says. I need help. 2-0. But lineup is Herbert, Bucky, Swift, Javonte. Bucky and Javonte are balling. Amon-Ra's balling. Debo's been balling. I don't know. Your team's not terrible to me. Moves to make. If I was to move anything, I suppose I would consider. I mean, Swift isn't the most movable right now, but I'm trying. Swift and Sutton for BTJ. Swift and Sutton for Evans. Javonte and Sutton. Javonte and Debo for something along the same lines. Like Chase Brown would be unbelievable. Genti would be unbelievable. Judkins for BTJ. Judkins for Mike Evans. Judkins is going to go up against a very stingy Packer defense, and it's not going to be the best day for him. So his trade value might be better today than it is tomorrow. Well, I guess after tomorrow. But Sutton and Judkins for BTJ or Nico, or Javonte and Judkins and Sutton for Achan, Henry, St. Brown, Nico. Go to the Walker owner. See if they have any interest in Charbonnet to upgrade Sutton into BTJ or Evans. But Judkins is a meal ticket, I think, with Javonte or Sutton. Sutton with Javonte, Sutton with Judkins, Debo with Judkins, Debo with Sutton for one bigger, stronger player. And then I'm smashing that. And then I think you'll feel a little bit better. But your team's pretty solid. I don't know why you hate it. It's not bad. PPR, one flex. Ridley, Devontae Smith, Hunter, or Pitts. Give me Hunter, bro. I still think when we're flirting with these types of levels of player, it doesn't scare me. Start 3. Adunze, Wilson, Debo, DJ Moore, Sutton, Hollywood. I'm going to go Wilson, Adunze, and Debo without much of a hesitation, Ronald. Or Rolando, sorry. Appreciate you. Start 2. JCM, Judkins, Hendy, Ricky, May, Love, Goff. JCM and probably Ricky Pearsall for safety. And then of your quarterback situation, I think I like Drake May a lot. Love's pretty decent, but I think I'd go Goff. So Goff and JCM. Ricky Pearsall or JCM. Or no, you're starting Ricky Pearsall and JCM. I like Judkins, but the matchup's horrible. I love Hendy, but we're waiting. Those are the safe calls. SKS, appreciate your super chat. SKS to the freaking moon. Thank you very much, pal. Need to upgrade at running back too. Pollard, not. Tracy, not it. Start CD, Bucky, Sutton, like that. Mike Tet and Sharps for his Hampton and Hunter. That's not it either, bro. No. It could be later, but it's not helping you now. Tet is too high of a price for Hampton, yes. If you were to go get like a Harvey and BTJ or Harvey and Evans, then now we're talking about trading Tet. You know, but I don't like this move. Go try for a bigger swing like those guys. You know, even like a Nico, you know, straight up or something for the two. But you can't, yeah, you're settling for players that aren't helping you now. Smitty, rate my team. May, Hampton, Bucky, Harvey, AJB, Lamb, Debo, Egbuka, Hunter, love the team. I'm trading, see how Fannon's always on the roster. Trading Kraft for that player upgrade. Kraft and Hampton for Genty. Kraft and Hampton for Chuba Hall, Chase Brown, etc. Kraft and Debo for Nico. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you. Start 3, half PPR, T-Mac, Chase, AJ Brown. I'm going to say Chase Brown. Lad Allen, Buka. Come on. You mean start 2 to go with Buka. You're going to go T-Mac and probably Keenan Allen for safety. But I understand if you go AJ Brown. AJ Brown over Keenan Allen, but that's the only thing you're swapping, right? So Keenan Allen, AJ Brown. Chat, please vote Keenan Allen or AJ Brown. I'm going to go Keenan Allen. Trade Pollard and Wicks for Henderson and Juwan Johnson. Yeah, you probably want to smash that right away. 4-point per PPR, Dak or Caleb. I'm going Dak. And then Ron, appreciate your super chat here. He says, you forgot my super, JK. 18 PPR, got offered Genty and McLaurin for Jacobs and Hill. I would take Genty and McLaurin over Jacobs and Hill by quite a bit. You're scared about the Raiders offense. Be scared more about what our boy Tyreek Hill's doing, thinking, and where he's going. Dynasty, $20 holler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Settlers, appreciate you. Dynasty 2 QB, Dak, Goff, May. I love having 3 QBs, but I'm always tempted to see what they can get me to beef up the lineup. JJ Nico's fantastic. T. Higgins tradable with the quarterback, maybe to go get a monster. Cade Small wants my May. There you go. They have Harvey, Rice, London, Evans. Make a trade or stand down. Yes. Trade May for Evans and Harvey. For London and Harvey. For Rice and Harvey. That's what I'm doing. Make them pay. Make them double pay, though. Make sure you get Harvey. Flex Wandell or Travis Hunter. Wandell safer. Hunter higher risk, higher reward. What would I do? I'm going higher risk, higher reward, baby. That's the way I roll. Start 1. Scat, Tootin, Hendy goes Tootin for safety. Goff or Caleb. I'm going Goff. Just got offered my Bucky and his Jamar Chase. My Bucky for his Jamar Chase, 1 QB. I'd probably rather a Bucky right now, man. I mean, I love Jamar Chase, but I don't love Jamar Chase as much right now. What up, Smitty? Loaded at wide receiver and running back. Gave Pickens for Hendy for future gains. Well, it depends on the future gains, you know? I mean, what... I need to give up. Gave up Pickens for Hendy for future. Okay, I got you. I thought you meant there was another piece to it that I didn't know. I'm fine with that. I like both of them a lot, my boy. I love both of them. They're both ballers. And Wandell or Hollywood. Wandell very easily. Wandell very easily. Bryce celebrating 16 months says Alec or Franklin. I mean, we're ranking Franklin right below Alec, so that should tell you where I'm feeling. But it's close. They're right. You know, they're neck and neck on the waiver board. But that's definitely like an Alec right now. I think he's really solid. And then this will be the last super chat, and then I'm going to be back tonight. Don't worry. Start one, Hampton, DK, or JMO. Start Goff or May. I'm going to go Goff for safety. And then Hampton, DK, or JMO. I'm going to go JMO right now. I will see you all. Appreciate all your super chats, everything. The gifted memberships. BBQ, you're the man, the myth, the legend. I'm live whenever news breaks. I'm live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm also live on Patreon 24/7. The Patreon's 24/7, 365 live chatting. Here's the link right there. I'll pin the link in the live chat. Make sure you jump into the Patreon and get your one-on-one advice. Let me pin the link right now. There it is. It's pinned. $10 a month. Cancel anytime. It's 24/7 live chatting. Get all your trade questions answered. Thank you, moderators. Hampton, DK, JMO, Goff, or May. Again, I'm going JMO, and then I'm going Goff. But May's a solid play. Definitely a solid play. Travis is going to be over there right now, he says. And then Romez with a 36-month membership question. BTJ and Thornton for MHJ and Egbuka. Pretty even. I'd say dead even. Trust your gut, because Egbuka I like more than BTJ right now by a hair, but certainly think that you can be as excited about BTJ as Egbuka if you want. So definitely a preference kind of thing. Appreciate you all. Keith slipping this last one in here. Should I drop Charbonnet and pick up Ellick or Gordon? I think I like both those players, but I don't think I'm dropping Charbonnet just yet. If you believe no one's going to pick him up because he's not going to play, so he can't do anything this week to earn value. But what if like Walker went down? Then it would be a problem. But Gordon, I don't even know if Gordon's available because he played. So I'm not dropping Charbonnet for Ellick. And if we're talking about Charbonnet for Gordon later, I don't mind that if you're putting in a claim for next week, but at least you'll have time to cancel it if something happens to Walker. But I do think Charbonnet has slightly more value than Gordon right now, just slightly. And if you notice this video, go watch the video where I explain it in tremendous detail, the order of the next Bucky Irving from week 3 on, and you'll see Charbonnet is ranking ahead of Gordon. So that should also help guide you. See you all. Thank you, Keith. See you all tonight around midnight Eastern. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Travis. See you guys all on the Patreon. Again, I'll be on the Patreon right now. Live chat, 24/7 live chat group. I just dropped the link again. The link's pinned in the live chat. See you all on the Patreon and tonight at midnight Eastern on the channel. Deuce.